Hello, my Bill for 1000 Nation. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope it gets better from here. We are back with another That Chapter. This one is titled Killer Realizes Cops Found the Secret Evidence. Okay. I'm intrigued. Let's get intrigued. If you're as intrigued as I am, go ahead. Turn them lights down low. Put on something comfy, couple, something special. As I said before, let's get intrigued.
Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike, and in this old video, on the eastern side of the city of Aliso Viejo lied a cozy little spa. It was nestled between other medical centers, a plastic surgery clinic, a dermatology center, and bordered on one side by the highway, on the other...
And it's a part of Umbrella. Look. Fucking zombies, bro. I don't know what this is about, but there better be fucking zombies, because Umbrella Corp is here, homie. Am I wrong? Does this not look like it? Right there. Looks like they started... Zombies. It's zombies.
by houses. A quiet little,
It's the fucking T-virus.
unassuming place that would be rocked in the most explosive way. A following investigation would lead to a host of characters coming and going, an actor,
Tyler, right, Tyler. Who's Gus?
and a screenplay.
And I think it's a wonderful idea for a screenplay.
This was revenge, fueled by a dark and secretive obsession. Before we get into it, please click that dirty little subscribe button to see new videos every single week. Now, let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go. Oh, I'm excited. I really love watching that chapter. He comes in with the perfect amount of hilarity, but he's still serious enough to get the point across, and I love that.
Of Aliso Viejo. Right, I mean, it wouldn't be a That Chapter video if I didn't butcher the pronunciation.
Welcome to my world.
Lies south of LA in Orange County, nestled in this valley that leads to the ocean, surrounded by all sorts of lagunas. I'm talking woods, hills, wells, beaches. No actual lagunas though. It has a little over 50,000 people living right there. And you know what? There's like so many little interesting facts about Aliso Viejo that you probably don't care about. Because guess what? We got a crime on our hands. The crime were the criminally low prices at Mayor Cosmetica for the health of your skin. Mayor Cosmetica literally means Hungarian cosmetics, and it was ran by, if you can believe it, a Hungarian named Ildiko Krajnyak. Whatever you need in your face, Ildiko will get it there. I'm talking facials, acne therapy, eyelashes. You have them? Want more? Get down to your skincare coach located at 11 Marblu Aliso Viejo, and they had outstanding reviews, soldier.
Hell yeah.
Look at it. He's a cute little bunny.
Ildiko was born and raised in the northeast of Hungary before moving to the US of A. In 2018, she was 48 years old and a hell of a hard worker for her and her son, Keanu. She was an expert in, what else, but skincare. See, life was good for our Ildiko. She had men coming and going. She was, woman about 10. But how she specifically set up our place of Mayor Cosmetica, the story of that goes all the way back to 2016. She'd been running it for about a year and a half by the time our story takes place in 2018.
Okay.
See, 2 years previous, during the summer of 2016, that's when Ildiko met one...
I don't know a lot about cosmetic stuff. I wash my face with shampoo and conditioner because of the... Other than that, I don't know shit.
Stephen Beal. They met via dating app and hey, they hit it off. It was kind of perfect timing for them both. She was actually bankrupt at the time.
Damn.
Stephen, a widower of about 8 years. Stephen was about 10 years older than Ildiko. He'd worked as a business consultant for most of his life, but he had, given that up. And Stephen, hey, listen, he was kind of full of shit. So he thought to himself, hey, it's Hollywood, am I right? So why not become one of them actors I keep hearing so much about? Stephen thought that to himself and he said, listen, don't mind if I do. Look, he's got the chops.
Does he? Does he, though?
Good enough. How many more people are going to have to die before you do something useful?
Captain Pellegrino, am I glad to see you?
You just listen to me. This case is spiraling crazy out of control. When the media gets wind of Mr. Segerstrom here, there's going to be a feeding frenzy, and we're going to be at the very center of all of that national attention. No, you turn him over to Aripetian and the federal team that's coming with her, and you focus on the Cholo homicide case.
Look, sure, maybe you've seen something he's been in.
Okay.
He's very memorable.
Wasn't
You
bad.
do realize I'm an adult who doesn't believe anything you're saying?
You know, when I first recommended that you run for office, it was because I sensed how unstoppable you were. I just never thought I'd have to lay on the tracks myself. If you're going to slip my head into a noose, you look me in the eye while you're doing it.
What a pro. And look, here's him doing an Irish accent, we're told.
No, Clancy. Oh, no. Are you daft? Mad I ain't. William now. He was mad. When he took the life of me son. When you're mad, you make mistakes. Remember that, Clancy. Never do anything if you're mad. No.
Wow, he sounds just like...
I'm not saying that I'm an amazing actor by any means. But that was a horrible accent. I'm not good on it. All my accents sound Russian, so I don't have no room to talk. But, see, I know my accents are horrible. I know they all sound Russian, and I own that. And I'm okay with it. There's never going to be a time where I'm like, I'm going to be an actor. So I'm going to go out and try to sound Irish. It's vodka. Welcome to Russia. We have the vodka. That was awful. Can I do it? I want to try to do an Irish accent. Hold on. Hi, top of the morning to you. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope it gets better from here. Was that halfway decent? Please tell me that was halfway decent. I tried. I went full cuppage on that one, Bray.
Like me.
Hi, I'm Stephen Beal.
Stephen had been married for almost 3 decades and had 4 children with his wife, Christine, who had sadly passed away back in 2008. It appeared she had been sick for some time before passing away.
My accent was so bad, my body tried to turn on me and the eyelash almost went right in my eye. It's awful.
Away in hospital. So hence, after his wife passed away, that's when Stephen decided, hey, listen, I'm going to follow my dreams. Actor. He's not going to be in movies, folks. He's going to be in films. There's a difference, apparently. So Ildiko and Stephen, they hooked up together, they really hit it off, and then they would travel extensively. They would travel the world together, going to the Caribbean, Canada, Europe, doing it all. That was before they decided to open up a spa together, Major Cosmetico. Ildiko ran it, Stephen, he was kind of like more the money side, the business side, so romantic partners became business partners, and as we often see in that situation, they soon became none.
That's always no point. Don't go into business with family or people you're porking. You know what I mean? It causes bad blood, bruh.
Romantic partners after that. They fought over money, and it kind of got to the stage of them wanting to see other people. They broke up, met others, but still ran the spa together. Stephen paid the rent and half the operating costs. And even though the reviews of Major Cosmetica were through the roof, it was, reportedly a great place, it doesn't appear it was terribly successful. Stephen would have to pay Ildiko's, operating costs, her side of the operating costs from time to time when she, places didn't make enough money, she couldn't cover it. Though, in May 2008, the business would come to a fiery end. It was a handful of minutes after 1 in the afternoon, May 15th, 2018, that people heard a noise. Couldn't have missed it, really. Because it was an explosion. The explosion happened at 11 Marbleu. Immediately, onlookers, rubberneckers started filming, having a go, as the smoke billowed out of the building.
Holy
No
shit.
one had a clue what was going on, and if anyone had been hurt.
Is this actual footage? I like it when they put actual footage. That way I know. Sometimes it is, sometimes it ain't. You know what I mean. It's like, oh, was that the actual face? It's like, no. Okay, so they started a business together. Bad blood happens. They're seeing other people and everything now. He's got to cover her part of the business when she can't afford it. Did he do this for like some insurance shit or just to get out of the business with her? Like, is that what's going on? Are we going to get an insurance dance?
Hurt. Your first thought, like most, isn't going to be, oh, it's an intentional explosion or bombing. Something. Nobody wants to think about something like that. Here, hey,
Fair enough.
got to be a gas leak, something natural. Am I right? No, I am not right.
People in buildings next door and across the street felt and heard the blast.
Waiting for the doctor, and there was an explosion, and it kind of shook the ground. Boom! And I kind of my neck jolted and hit the wall.
I was ironically like in an anxiety group when it took place, and it was right up in that corner, and we heard a big explosion. It shook the whole entire building.
Again, if you take a close look at this building, you can see
Oh shit. Okay. I'm not laughing over the exploding and this poor lady probably being in there and dying. I'm laughing over the fact where the lady was like, ironically, we was in an anxiety class. Oh, I bet anxiety was extremely high in that class. Oh, fuck. Today's lesson, pop quiz. Oh God. Okay. I wonder how many people failed that anxiety class. I would have. My anxiety had been through the roof.
quite a bit of damage because it looks like, as Air 7 zooms in, you see it looks like a wall that has blown out.
It only took a few minutes for Orange County deputies to launch themselves to Marbleau to secure the scene and help anyone who needed it. There were some people that needed help, but one person was gone when the police arrived and saw body parts littering the area. Someone had been blown to pieces with such force, limbs were found in the parking lot. Stephen, hearing the news immediately began hearing the news of his ex-girlfriend and his
Okay. I quick question. If the body is in that many pieces, does that mean it was like really close to the thing that was exploding? Or can a body be in that many pieces? Because yes, it looked like a decent sized explosion. But depending on where the person was when it exploded, would that depend on the body part thing? Like, I feel like I sound stupid. I probably am. Just how close was she to the explosion? Is that why there was body parts everywhere, or does just being anywhere in the explosion just in general? Because I figured, I watch movies, you see an explosion. If you're not too close to it, you go flying out the window, you land on a mat, you get back up and act like you're good. Because I'm just wondering, like, did this feller put her body where the explosion happened? Like, I'm going to have this microwave full of metal. I'm going to undo this gas line. I'm going to bring her body right up next to it, and boom. Is that what happened? I mean, not for sure what happened, but is that what would cause her body parts to be everywhere? Was she the bomb?
business immediately began texting Ildiko. Are you okay? What's going on? His texts got no response. Ildiko had been killed. When the explosion at Madior Cosmetica went off, Ildiko had been there with two clients, a mother and a daughter. The clients were injured and taken to hospital, and they would make it. They would make a full recovery. Ildiko, however, she wouldn't be so lucky, as she literally had her hands on the package, the explosive package, when it went off. One of the clients.
Oh, so it was a package? So it was because she was right there. She was ground zero. Okay. So if I would have just shut the fuck up, I hear you guys. I hear you all out there saying, "See, Bill, you talk too much. This is what happens when you pause and talk." Well, you know something? You're right. That's all I gotta say.
Would say they saw what had happened. All of them were in the lobby at the time. Ildiko opened some kind of cardboard box which had been delivered, and as soon as she did so, as soon as she opened the flaps, it was lights out.
A witness says this screenshot shows the injured women before they were taken to the hospital.
And saw two women come out full of blood, hair singed, just glass stuck to their hair, glass stuck to their bodies. Their skin was burnt and peeled back.
It seemed almost, off the bat that this had not been an accident, that a bomb had been purposely delivered to the spa. That this was murder.
Photos from inside the blast zone shows the extensive damage done by the explosion. The ceiling is collapsing, chunks of insulation are dangling from the walls, and debris is strewn across the room.
Investigators are still working to confirm.
Did he make this bomb? Did he have someone else make the bomb? Okay, this is why I'm asking. Did he get a role in a TV show or movie where he was a bomb maker? How does he know how to make a bomb? Did he hire someone to kill her? I have questions.
Whether or not this was an intentional act.
And I know I hear each and every single one of you out there screaming at me, "Stop pausing, get through the video, and you'll figure it out. You just need to shut up." I got it. I hear you. I'm not going to shut up, though.
Based on comments from the patrons that opened a package and resulted in her death.
Sources say preliminary indicators are that the device was inside a package that was dropped off at the business.
Now, at this stage, was it?
That would have to take some skill in bomb making, though, wouldn't it, to be able to put a bomb in a package and, I don't know about most people, but my package delivery services are not the best. By far, at all, actually. I'm surprised it didn't explode in the back of the truck. What I'm saying is, did he do it? Does he have the knowledge and the capability to make a bomb to where it can be sent to someone and explode when you open it? I mean, that would take some skill, wouldn't it? I don't know how to do it. I've never tried to do it, but I imagine it would be really fucking hard. Right?
What kind of murder, though? Was it a targeted attack? Because I covered this a few months back, but the Austin serial bombings, Mark Condit, and those Austin bombings, they had happened just a couple of months before this, earlier in 2018. So police were like, is this linked? Is this another random bombs being sent around the place? Police didn't know who or why. Ildiko, the spa, had been targeted. Was Stephen, who also ran the business, was he a target too? He was safe when police got to his house that he shared with his new girlfriend. And so the investigation began, right? Police beginning in all the usual places. I'm talking with Stephen, right? With Ildiko's friends, with her background, with her life, with everything. And digging through Ildiko's background, there was more than meets the eye.
Oh, shit.
See, Ildiko was married to an American. She'd gotten married shortly after she moved from Hungary to America. He was the father of her son, and even though they had grown apart over the years, they were still married. Even though she'd been with and broken up with Stephen Beal during this time. And Stephen wasn't the only one. It was like an open marriage or something like that, because Ildiko was seeing kind of a lot of guys around this. And it did appear that her husband was aware of this, but I guess maybe it was his marriage of convenience. Who knows? See, just a few days prior, Ildiko had been she'd made a trip back to Hungary, back to see the fam. And then she came back. So it seemed like whoever had posted this bomb to the spa had been waiting for her to come back, so therefore it likely wasn't random. Was it one of the men? Her husband? Or one of the lads? Was someone jealous, wanting revenge, against 48-year-old Ildiko? There had been an incident not long before. Ildiko had been seeing a guy named Gabor, and Gabor, much like Ildiko, was also married. One time Gabor's wife walked in on them banging away, and there had been a showdown.
Oh shit.
Much like the case I just mentioned, the Austin
Bro, if my old lady would have walked in on something like that, she would have died then. I'm just saying, man, no. Look, I have 110% respect for all ladies out there, period, hands down. It don't matter to me. But y'all crazy. Like, if y'all walked in on that, no, she would have died then. Admit it. She wouldn't have died later. She wouldn't have made it out of that bed.
Serial bombings. You know, the police wanted to find as many bomb parts as they could because, you know, if you find out what made it tick, you can usually find out who made it tick by how the bomb was created.
Yeah, they say every bomb maker is different. I watch a lot of shows like that. But they say every bomb maker is different. They all have their own like little fingerprint to them. I don't know. I have never tried to make one. I don't think I ever want to try to make one because it seems like I would be that type of person that would lose my face. But I do know that you do have like copycat bomb makers, and even then they don't always release everything that was, you know, going on with the bomb, so you can usually tell because a few things will be slightly different that the public doesn't know about. But yeah, every fingerprint when it comes to it's supposed to be different. Supposed to be. I don't know if it is or not, but
and what, you know, ingredients were used in this explosive cake, lasagna. The bomb that killed Ildiko was battery powered, and it seemed relatively sophisticated, not like, you know, a pipe bomb or something you'd get, you know, the instruction manual off the internet. So who would know stuff about explosions? Well, see, a lot of Ildiko's close friends, her gal pals, taking forward, you know, all saying, it was this guy, or this guy. This guy was shady, oh no, it was him. Ildiko had been speaking a lot lately about one man, or how about another who had dropped Ildiko off at the airport before she flew back home to Hungary. When she was returning to America from Europe, she had stopped off in San Francisco, and there she was spotted with a different guy. A lot of strange men kind of coming and going. But one man wanted this case solved quicker than...
so it's like one of those Yo Mama jokes, like Yo Mama is like a doorknob, everyone had a turn. Is she one of them people? The public big wheel, everyone gets a turn. Everyone gets a ride. Yeah. The public big wheel, everyone gets a ride. Public doorknob, everyone gets a turn. Whoa. Okay. I didn't think we was going this way. The problem with that is it could be a lot of people. It could be someone who's mad at the other ones. It's someone who's mad at her for being with the other ones. Jealous. Someone who wants her all to themselves. It could be so many. It could be all of them. What if they all came together and was like, let's kill her? Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
And anybody else. So quick, in fact. Get a load of this, that he oh, jeez, got in the car, drove straight down to the police station and demanded to speak with the police. Didn't interview all of his own accord, because he wanted them to, you know, giddy up. His name was Stephen Beal.
Real quick before we start, I just want to, you're here voluntarily, you came in, drove in on your own. Yeah. No one from the sheriff's department or any law enforcement agency asked you to come down, told you to come down.
That looked like a nasty explosion.
It was large. A large explosion.
Ildiko and I are we both signed the lease together.
Okay.
And we're building that business, and quite successfully.
Any equipment in there that I'm kind of ignorant to the type of equipment that are these places? Anything that has oxygen or something that may have caused an explosion?
We deal with cream, cleanser, wax. There's no nitrous, there's no oxygen.
Nothing like that.
They talk about it being a medical facility.
That's why I'm asking.
We didn't have that kind of stuff.
And in doing so, he included himself on the suspect list.
Going back to something you just mentioned, you talked about the size of the package that she would have had to have opened in order to have done that kind of damage. Why would you assume it was a package that she opened?
Because it's in the news reports.
That she opened a package?
It said it was a package.
Is that the only way that a package could be utilized?
I don't know. I suppose you could have a timer in there or a cell phone or something that would trigger it.
So as far as making some type of explosive device, did you make one?
No.
Ever?
Never.
See, at that very moment, Stephen's home was being searched, just like Ildiko's had been after she was killed. The police wanted to find out if there was anything linking them or any reason why someone might want to target them. And while police were searching Stephen's home, they had found some interesting chemicals. I guess Stephen wanted to get ahead of them.
Your whole deal is, means, motive, and opportunity. And I don't know I don't know anybody that has the motive.
Okay, what about the means?
I don't know what's in my garage. I don't know what chemicals they found. So I suppose I could probably fall into that category if the chemicals are right. I don't know.
See, Stephen used to be a rocket man. He made homemade rockets in his garage and would drive off into the desert to shoot them away. Though he said he hadn't done it in over a decade, it was more of just a hobby of his, build a rocket, shoot it up. It's pretty cool, so can't blame him. But, similar kind of chemicals that might, launch a rocket might also, launch a spy to the air. But during the interview, it kind of seemed like he was doing the old, I'll outsmart the police by making myself a suspect. Therefore, they'll never suspect me. How could this not work? Duh. It didn't work.
Right. So let's say, for example, when they do their analysis of chemicals found there, chemicals found in your home, would it just be a coincidence if it's the same?
Well, yeah. Again, I don't remember what chemicals are around in the house because I haven't taken them down. I haven't looked at them. I haven't thought of them. I didn't even know where they were.
And Stephen, he's a really funny guy. Of course he is. You've seen his acting
actor.
reels. He's got a great sense of humor.
So what you're saying is that you don't mean to get in trouble, but you do anyway.
But he was also planning a stand-up routine after all this about how his ex-girlfriend got blown to pieces. Very relatable stuff, a real knee slapper.
Immediate life goal right now is to get to the point where we look at this particular set of events and can joke about it because we think it's funny, because it's not. You need to do a stand-up comedy routine about it because there's a lot of really, potentially humorous anecdotes that are just wrapped up in the most intense life situations.
Yeah.
And, if the audience can relate to what you're going through.
He also spends a hefty portion of the interview pitching the detective his screenplay idea, which for that they should have arrested him just right then and there.
So the question is this.
I would have arrested him. I would have smacked him right in his mouth and arrested him. How are you going to sit there and look at the cops and be like, one day I want to be able to look back and laugh about it. How is there anything funny in your ex-girlfriend and present business partner getting exploded? I can't even make a joke out of that. Yeah, I can. Never mind. Shit. Like, first one that came to mind was like, give new meaning to the words, zhuzh it up. I'm so sorry. They all definitely came out of there with fried ends, man. Oh. They wanted that blowout treatment. Okay, I'm sorry. That was the last one. I'm moving on. Fuck me. I'm going to hell.
How far does I'm just doing my job get you? Youngerish woman, 35, 40 years old, soccer mom kind of person who just happens to have a job as a professional assassin. She's willing to take on any case, gets a contract to kill her own husband. She kills her own husband. So then her world begins to break down.
When the other detective returns, he then proceeds to go over his entire screenplay idea again. Yippee.
So when you were coming in, I was describing the screenplay that I want to write.
Oh yeah, what is it?
You don't mind if I do it
I'll
again?
probably get more of the details now.
Okay.
It takes a while for me to pick them
So
up.
here's the question: how much does the comment "I was just doing my job"? What does that count for? Okay.
So Stephen was arrested after they found bomb-making materials or explosive-related materials in his home. Now, initially he was arrested for unregistered destructive
jokes that does nobody any good. Shit, if that's the case, the police are going to be knocking on my door next.
devices. The explosive materials, not really anything related to Ildiko's death. Not yet. However, those charges were soon dismissed. The police, however, in the interview he basically said, "Come and get me." They kept looking into him, soon discovering he had purchased a cardboard box, like the one a surviving witness said Ildiko had opened right before the bomb went off. He'd also purchased a 9-volt battery, the same as the one used in the bomb. And friends would come forward saying Stephen was more of the obsessive type than he had said in the interview, following Ildiko, sending lots of messages to her phone, that sort of thing. He didn't.
Yep, definitely gives a whole new meaning to the term. He keeps blowing me up. Oh, fuck, Mike. We're going to hell, bud. I know I am. How many other people's going to hell with me? It's fine. It's fine. We can go together.
Want to break up with her. See, when Ildiko and Stephen had been dating, he knew she was married, right? But he assumed, right, it seems like rightfully so, that marriage was like a dead duck, didn't bother him. He was nothing to get jealous about over that. But he did, however, learn eventually that he wasn't, the only person she was seeing extramaritally. That did bother him, that he wasn't the only, side piece, or whatever, that she had. That made him incredibly jealous. That bothered him a lot. The fact that she had a number of beaux around Southern California and beyond, that drove him insane.
One morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning, she was sitting on the phone, texting, back and forth with somebody.
Excuse me.
And so that was when I actually confronted her about it.
Okay. I assume that meaning you got into a fight in Portugal, I assume?
No, when I say confrontation is not negative.
Okay.
That's when he decided his old rocket-making experience would come in handy. The same explosion that launches a rocket could destroy a spa. And among his various acting reels and auditions, some real funny shit, they also found this video where he explains how to mix explosive chemicals.
All right, so with any fireworks composition, it's important to be able to mix the chemicals together reliably. You've got to get them completely mixed, and in some cases, you have to be careful that you don't produce friction, something that will light them.
Now in the video, he's explaining it just for fireworks purposes, nothing too major, but it's demonstrating, to investigators that this guy obviously knows a lot about mixing chemicals and how to make bombs. He's like, Breaking Bad over here, or whatever. Something like that. It was 10 months after the explosion rocked Major Cosmetico that Stephen Beal was arrested and charged with murder. The trial went ahead in 2022. As someone knew the business inside and out, he knew the best time to send the bomb.
I have access to her schedule. I'm the business manager for her.
Did you guys share a calendar or something?
Yes.
And this was also a business he was losing money on. He had to cover Ildiko's half from time to time. He wanted to end it in one. Revenge and no more bills, baby. However, this ended in a mistrial. In June 2023, he went on trial for a second time. This time, it ended in a conviction for Stephen Beal. He was found guilty on all counts. Stephen was sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years.
Hell yeah.
After 5 years of waiting and wondering, our family and friends have peace in knowing that Mr. Beal will spend his remaining days in prison.
Fuck yeah, you will.
Now, I just want to bring up Stephen's first wife real quick. His first wife, Christine.
She's
she
dead
passed
too.
away in 2000.
Did he kill this motherfucker too? Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Nate, her and Stephen, they had kids together, they had grandkids, you know, together, and they were together for like 27 years, something like that. Long ass time. But her passing was mysterious, shall I say. Cut the shell, I will say it. Her passing was mysterious. Now, he's never been accused of a crime relating to her 2008 March death, but the medical examiner, you know, after they, you know, did the autopsy and all that stuff, wrote in his reports that her death was, quote, probably natural. Probably doing a lot of heavy lifting there. See, she had fallen while her and Stephen were carrying some furniture up the stairs. The furniture only weighed about 49 pounds, and reportedly Christine Beal was in incredible shape. After that fall, she was in excruciating pain. Over the next few weeks, she went to see a number of doctors, but nothing really happened. Then she started vomiting. She had fatigue. She couldn't sleep. She was constipated and later taken to hospital. She passed away. At the time of her death, she had elevated blood lead levels 4 times the normal amount. How the lead got in her blood, nobody knows. I mean, lead, is that a common component, chemical in making bombs? Who knows these things? Allegedly, Stephen, he was incredibly uncooperative with hospital staff when they were asking him, you know, about her medical history to try and figure out what was wrong with her, all that kind of thing. And of course, about 2 months before she fell, which seemed to set off all of this thing, well, hadn't there been just one of them? After her death, he filed a claim to get said life insurance, which the insurance company denied because the cause of her death was undetermined. Stephen later then took the insurance company to court, and the judge sided with Stephen. He got a $500,000 payout. But later on, you know, about 15 years later, the jury would not side with Stephen Beal, and he is currently sitting in prison. Damn.
Yeah.
If only Stephen gave one of these performances, he'd be scot-free.
2 weeks detention starting Monday. Weekend! Woo!
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much for having me. It really means a lot to me. I really enjoy coming here every week and just hearing a good old story. All right. I really enjoyed today's video. If y'all enjoyed today's video as much as I did, please go down there, leave a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. While you're down there, go on over, slap that subscribe button, become part of the Bill for 1000 Nation. We do some crazy shit here. And if you want to know when that crazy shit happens, ding that bell. It might work for you. It might not. But if it do, jump on in on one of my premieres, go over onto the live chat and be like, hey, Bill, I just got dinged. Coming in with the big ding. Leave a like and dip. That's all you got to do. As always, be good to one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Man, his acting was horrible. Motherfucker, no one, I would put him in jail just for, like, telling me all the stupid shit about a screenplay and shit. Man, that motherfucker need to be put under the jail.